Welcome to the Kandis Show. Today I had a guest, Nick White, on, and he has a local band called Whiskey Kiss. And they are a roots rock band. And so we talked about his journey as a musician with his wife and how he and his band pushed a van through Europe. So tune in, lots of great stories for the love of music. So, hey, Nick, thanks so much for being on the show today. Just give me let's talk about like a background, like who you are and how we come to know each other.
Well, thanks for having me on. Glad to be here. My background's in education as a profession, teaching. I teach art, but we kind of know each other from the music world. Yeah. My band, Whiskey Kiss. We met... appropriately with the name Whiskey Kiss, we met at a bar, right?
Right.
I know your mom and Buck quite well, so we got to know each other through that, and music, I guess, is really how we came to find each other.
Yeah. So tell me, I'm kind of curious. I know there's a story about your name, about the band's name, and so I'm kind of curious to know where it came from.
My wife is the lead singer, Nikkis. She's the lead singer. And we had just got the idea together and started talking about adding members and things like that. And we were trying to come up with a name for the band. And we were out at one of the shows, watching a rockabilly band and dancing and stuff. And I had a couple drinks, Jameson, I believe, my preferred. And after we got done dancing, I came up and gave her a big kiss and a hug. And she said, "Ooh, thanks for the whiskey kiss." And
oh my gosh,
that's how you wanted to start, right? You. So she said, "Thank you for the whiskey kiss." And it was just a little bit later, she came up and she was like, that could be our band name. And then
oh my God,
that's how it started.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So she doesn't drink whiskey.
She's not a huge fan of whiskey, which is funny. People always bring us whiskey on stage because of our name, which just usually means double whiskey for me.
I was going to say that works out perfectly for you.
Yeah, right.
So I love the name because I love whiskey as well. So that's awesome. And how'd you guys meet, you and your wife?
We met, she came from Chicago and I came from Detroit. And we came out here to both be teachers, and we met very romantically signing our paperwork for both of us to become teachers. So we met in the office signing paperwork, and
well, look how that worked out. You're both kind of in the artsy music world.
Yep.
Even in the teaching side, you teach art.
Yep.
Correct. And then she teaches. Well, she used to teach theater.
Yeah, she came out here to teach theater and came from that background, but she teaches English now. But she's taught theater for a long time. So both in the arts and it's
fun. Well, and that's the thing, like your band it's not just like listening to a band. It's a real show, like a production.
Yeah, we try
more or less.
Yeah, we try to put on a good show, standing on upright bases and, sometimes lighting stuff on fire when we can.
Fun.
But we try to put on a show, make it fun, not just musically, but for the show,
Well, and you guys are playing my annual event that I have. It's the Gratitude Gathering, and every year I, have this event. And so I've been when I'm sharing it with my clients and people I'm inviting, I tell them, I'm like, it's a show. You don't want to miss it.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited.
We're looking forward to it. That's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be great. Where can people find you around town? Like, where do you guys play? What kind of music are you typically, your band playing? I know you guys have like a couple different versions of the band, right?
Sort of, yeah. We've been just recently doing a little more acoustic kind of chill sort of stuff with it. But as far as the full band goes, we play all over the place in the Valley. October 25th, we're playing the Rhythm Room.
Oh, fun.
Great historic room in Phoenix to play. And you've been there. We've been there a bunch. And it's kind of a fun show. We're playing with a great band called Frosty and the Silvertones.
Oh, okay.
And we do 30-minute sets back and forth.
Oh, fun.
So they'll do 30 minutes, then we do 30 minutes. And so there's no stop in music, and it's just all dancing, drinking, having fun. And they're very good, too, and put on a good show as well. So it works really well together, the two of us.
And then recently, you and Nikki went somewhere.
Dominican Republic as a two-piece. Yeah, we Club Med did just like a two-piece thing, her playing piano and singing and me playing guitar. And it was a blast. We were kind of like the lounge band, which is a little bit different because Whiskey Kiss is,
a little bit more production.
A little more active, and 5 of us playing in that. So that was a lot of fun. actually, that's one of the best things about the band and playing in the band is being able to travel. We've done 2 tours in Europe, and and just locally or up to Colorado and across the United States and stuff like that. So.
And then when you did the last tour, was it just you and Nikki, or did you have like the full band?
Full band both times, yeah.
Oh, wow.
We did a summer tour 2 summers ago, and this past summer, all 5 of us hauling
How's
out there.
that to travel with like 5 people that you play music with? Because I think traveling is a whole nother beast, right?
It really is, yeah. I mean, it's nice to have that because you're there for something, right? You have the music and you're going to play and do all this stuff. But, organizing 5 people, flights, all that stuff, getting the van together, it's a challenge. But we have a blast together. Our first tour, I think I told you a little bit about this before, but we went through 4 vans in our tour.
You did not tell me this.
So this was our first tour. So this is 2 summers ago.
Okay.
Sorry, I just hit the microphone there. So we had at one point more vans than we did shows. There were shows we played. So in all of that craziness, we're still friends and having a good time. But the first van, the clutch went out. Just went out on us after a show one night.
So you went to Europe and then bought a van?
Yeah, we rented a van.
Rented, okay. Yeah. So the clutch went out.
So while we're there, we rent a van. We have it. We made it to it. This was our second show. Got done playing. Had a good old time in Belgium.
Okay.
And we're driving away. We're in this small town outside of nothing, and the clutch just goes out in the van.
That's safe.
So we're 2 miles from the hotel, and we all decide the best idea would be to push this van full of gear and
2 miles.
2 miles to the hotel.
Was it downhill?
Not most of it. No, it was pretty flat. Yeah, we were pushing that thing for 2 miles. Oh man, our drummer was enjoying Belgian beer that night, so he was helping as much as he could. Nikki was steering but laughing at us mostly. So it was an interesting evening. So the next morning we got up. They came and got the van and left us with all of our gear. And we're at this hotel, and there's, we'll send a cab. We'll send a cab to take us to the bigger town to get another van. Went hours and hours calling on the phone. Finally, they sent somebody. This guy, he's like, I don't have time to take you to the bigger city. So he takes us to his wife's house, or his house, where his wife is, and she'll take you.
This is a great
this
story.
Small, nice town in Belgium. These people are so nice. And so she's like, okay, yeah, hop in my car. It's like really nice BMW. And she takes us to Antwerp, the bigger city, to get another van. So we showed up and got another van. It was parked all the way down 6 floors under is where we had to go get it. And so we're driving out. I'm making it. I see the light of day. We're coming up to the top. And I forgot to look up top in the parking garage. And this big, giant cement slab smashed out the entire back window of the van. This is van number 2.
No. This is not happening.
Yeah. And this is like day 3 of our tour. So I backed it out, went all the way down, and had to go back up, and we were all kind of like, another van, please,
You're like, tail between your legs. You're like,
Yeah, that was a walk of shame for sure.
Yeah.
So we got the third van. I made them drive it out, the rental people. They drove it out. We got out successfully. Had that one for a while, and then later just had to switch another van because we had another band join us. So we joke about all the vans we went through.
Oh my gosh, the van tour.
Yeah, our second tour last summer was the one van band tour.
The one van band.
We had one van that entire time. We did it. We made it. Yeah.
And did you drive?
I did. Yeah, not in parking garages though. I avoided parking garages at all costs. I just would make Tommy drive or something.
Oh
like
my
that.
gosh. So you're just so passionate about music, and tell me about your passion with teaching. Like I think it's so interesting that you love the arts and you're passionate about the kids too, and.
Yeah, we're actually 4 of us are teachers in the band, so that's kind of another thing that helps us stay all connected. As I mentioned, Nikki is, but yeah, I teach art. I've loved art ever since I was little, drawing, painting, sculpting, and I always had art classes. So I went to school for art and got my fine arts degree, and then I was like, most artists, what do I do now? Yeah. So I started teaching at summer camps and fine arts camps over the summer and stuff like that, and fell in love with it. And I've been doing it ever since. So, and it's nice because as teachers, it gives us the time off.
You have the whole summer, right?
Yeah, it gives us
and
the
breaks.
freedom. Yeah, weekends and stuff like that. And every school I've ever taught at has always enjoyed that I'm a musician and do that kind of stuff and travel and And it's fun. I get to share that experience with my kids too. And
Well, I was just gonna
yeah.
say, I'm sure they're very intrigued.
Yes, they especially I teach high school, so they find me on social media and all
yes.
that stuff. Yeah, so they know. And they're like, "Hey, Mr. White, I saw you on YouTube or whatever."
Well, and the band name too is a little bit.
Sometimes I don't mention that, but they find it and they figure it out.
Does the school ever like have issue with it?
No,
Good.
yeah. And, we try as much to kind of keep it as much separate as we can, but we talk about it, and if the kids ask, I'll share it with them and stuff like that.
I'm sure it's inspiring. That's
yeah,
wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually, before we left for the Dominican Republic, the kids asked what I was going to do for fall break. I told them, playing in the Dominican Republic. And they're like, man, you live more interesting life than we do. And they're in high school.
So, well, that's so much fun. That's awesome.
Yeah, so they're always asking what I'm doing and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But it's nice. I bring that in, and I went and saw a bunch of art while I was in Europe.
Oh,
so
fun.
I took pictures of myself with the art, and now so I got to show them
then
that.
Then you can bring it back.
Yeah, and they always ask about it and stuff.
That's
so,
fun.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, tell me, I'm curious why... this is just my thing. I always want to know, why do you do what you do? In terms of the music,
in terms of music, for sure.
Or teaching,
I guess I kind of explained
both. I guess.
Yeah,
teaching
came from there. Music is, I don't know. It's just been one of those things I've always loved, listening to music. I grew up with music always around in the house, playing. My parents, always playing stuff. My dad was on the Johnny Cash, and he likes Jimmy Buffett now. He's getting older. But they always listen to that kind of, music. Creedence Clearwater Revival, he introduced me to them. I love them.
Yeah.
And my mom, Willie Nelson, and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. My mom loves music. Actually, she knows more about modern music now, so she'll text me new stuff.
Hey, try this out.
I'm kind of old school. We're a rockabilly band. I like 50s, 60s rock and roll. So she's always like, hey, have you heard this? I'm like, no,
nope.
Mom, I haven't. So, but yeah, so I always grew up around it.
Were they musicians?
No, my dad used to play when he was younger.
Okay.
A little bit, but not really. My uncle played, and all my great uncles were like those, backwoods kind of country guys with their banjos and upright basses and stuff.
Fun.
So I saw that and grew up with that, but I just always loved it. So I got a guitar when I think it was 12. Was when I got my first guitar. And I always just wanted to be in a band.
Are you self-taught, or did you?
Yeah, I took lessons for about 2 weeks.
2 weeks, that was enough.
And then no, I needed to learn. I'm still learning a lot more, but it was just one of those things where he was a very nice guy, but he loved metal, like metal rock.
Heavy
so
metal.
he would just have his guitar and he'd be like, diddly, 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 now do that. And here I am, how
12.
do I hold this thing? What's this pick for? And stuff. So he taught me some stuff, but then I kind of moved on, and because of the internet, it's so much easier,
Oh, so you kind of are really self-taught.
Yeah. I forced myself to learn songs and try to learn every Black Sabbath song and Led Zeppelin song, stuff like that when I was younger, and that helped. And then joining a band really is what helped me learn how to play. I actually started playing bass in bands and did that for about 15 years, playing bass and touring and doing that from Detroit. And that really forces you, because you're going to play shows, you're going to be in front of people. You're on the spot, so you have to start learning everything. And that's now that I play guitar in Whiskey Kiss, which I know is kind of confusing. I played bass, and now I'm playing guitar. Yeah. But I've learned a lot more just because I have to in order to do it. So,
and do you sing as well?
I have been singing more, yes.
Fun.
I've always liked to sing, but I've started singing a little bit more. It's kind of nice now because Nikkis sings lead, and then Tommy Collins, our bass player, he's been doing a lot of leads, and now that I've been singing more, hopefully we can, have the three of us
collaborate a little bit more.
Doing harmonies. We've started, we realized our drummer can sing, Mike Robinson, amazing drummer, and also we went out to karaoke, and he can sing. We were mad because we were like, Woody, it's been 2.5 years. Why haven't you told us you can sing?
What did he say?
So he, bashful. Oh yeah, whatever. But we got him singing now. So when
fun.
we do longer shows and things like that at your show, in November,
so excited.
He'll definitely be singing some songs there.
Yeah,
so
it gives
fun.
you guys a little break.
Yeah,
yeah
exactly.
So nice.
Yeah. And he's the drummer, so we kind of move out of the way.
Oh,
let
that's
him do
fun.
his thing. Yeah.
So are you guys going to do any fire at my show? Fire.
We haven't done it in a while.
I guess we should ask the.
Or
we should just do it.
And there's
just
been,
be like, sorry.
I won't name names of bands or venues, but there was an incident in Phoenix. It wasn't us. Not us. So we've kind of slowed down on that, or we get very crucial permission and make sure it's all cool. But we did a pit fire festival down in Douglas, Arizona,
fun.
and they requested the fire because it was a whole festival about fire. So I think that was the last time we've done it. But Tommy played in a band called Three Bad Jacks, and that's where he learned how to do it. So yeah, lights the bass on fire. So yeah, maybe ask the venue. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, maybe we should.
It's a pretty nice place. I don't know. They might be a little afraid.
Well, I don't know if we can do it in that inside space.
That's true. Yeah, we're in the inside stage.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
maybe we can talk about it. Yeah. Well, I'm kind of curious too, going back to kind of like your the band, and how'd you guys all find each other, and you're all teachers. So I'm just curious how you came together in that way.
Yeah, the formation of the band is quite different now in this last 2.5, 3 years. We've been around for about 6 now, which is crazy to say when I say that out loud. Right. But in the beginning, it was Nikki and I. We used to play songs together and stuff, and we said, let's get a band together. So we got I knew a drummer at the time. He started playing with us, and then we went the Craigslist route.
Oh.
That drummer couldn't play with us anymore, so we went through, I think, 9 drummers.
Bands.
In 3 years. Yeah. It was
drummers and bands.
Like Spinal bands. Yeah, we just have bad luck with that. Yeah, we were like Spinal Tap for a while, and our drummers just kept, through whatever. So finally, I started teaching at Sunny Slope High School. That's where I teach. And our current drummer, Mike Robinson, teaches there. And we would do teacher jams and stuff.
Oh, fun.
And so finally, I was sick of finding drummers, and I'm like, this guy, he's right here. Yes, Mike, play. So he joined. And then Tommy Collins was in between bands, and he wasn't playing at all. And at the time, so he started playing bass, and I switched to guitar because I was doing bass before. And that's how we all kind of got together. We knew Tommy through music. He's in a great another band called Voodoo Swing, which I think you've seen them quite a bit. And he plays with Bria Burns and the Boleros as well.
Well, she played my show.
Oh, that's right.
My party last year.
Yeah, last year she was there.
Yeah, she's fun.
Yeah, I don't think Tommy played bass though, but he does. Now he's been playing.
Yeah,
more.
he did.
Did he? Was he at that
I think
one?
he was playing for her that night. Yeah.
So we saw him around, and he was in between stuff, so he was like, sure, and that's how we got him.
That's fun. Where does he teach?
Tommy is the only one that doesn't teach.
Oh, okay.
He does Scorpion, Collins Home Sealing. So if you need your home sealed from scorpions, call Tommy Collins.
Well, we do have them in Arizona.
Yes, that's part of the desert, right?
I've only seen one scorpion. I'm a real estate agent.
Yeah.
I go into
really?
homes all the time, right?
You've only seen one, huh?
One. Wow. A little baby one.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never seen one in the wild. Tommy always invites me to come see them. But, I've seen them dead or, whatever. But, wow. And then going in all those homes.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Because you go to the homes that don't have them. Tommy's been there already.
Fun. What's the coolest place that you've ever played, in your opinion?
Wow.
I know. That's a hard question.
We've played a lot of cool shows. My favorite was this summer. We played a festival called the Firebirds Festival.
Oh, where was it?
It happens in, I'm going to probably say it wrong, Leipzig, Germany.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm all the German people who watch this, I'm
like,
sorry.
I'm going to hack this, and I'm sorry now, right?
Wrong, I know. Every time we're over there, I'm like, is this right? It was awesome. It's had 2 stages, all these bands and it wasn't just rockabilly, which was cool, because we're not really rockabilly, We've changed our sound quite a bit, which was nice because we have that vibe. We have the upright bass, and we like old school music, but we're doing kind of more like a retro thing. And so that's what this festival was. And they had 2 stages, and it was on the grounds of a castle, an old castle. So in the center was this giant castle, and then on the grounds there was 2 stages, and then there was like a moat and a river, and it was so cool. It was awesome.
You've had some cool experiences then.
Yeah. It's been pretty awesome. This past tour we really got to experience some really cool festivals and meet a lot of cool people. So
Fun.
Yeah.
Go back to, so I kind of knew you like in the rockabilly scene.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I wasn't really aware that you kind of switched things up. So talk to me more about what that inspired, that what happened, why you've kind of taken on a new direction.
I think it all kind of started, I used to be in a surf band in Phoenix called the Surfside 4, like 60s style surf.
Okay.
And we played with a lot of rockabilly bands, so I was really getting into it at that time when I moved here. And so when Nikki and I formed the band, we were like, why don't we try doing something like that rockabilly style? And she suggested I play upright bass instead of just playing electric bass. And I said,
she
sure.
Suggested?
Yeah.
She's like, you're going to?
Yeah, it was pretty much, you're going to. So we actually, the one member I haven't talked about, Bruce, is our trumpet saxophone player, and he's
fun.
a teacher.
Okay.
And he loaned me a bass to start learning on. And so I started figuring it all out, and we sort of started wanting to be a rockabilly band and had more of that sound on our first record, but then just gradually through songwriting and inspiration, and I grew up in Detroit, so I'm a huge like White Stripes fan.
Oh, I love the White Stripes.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. So I like that dirty garage rock sound.
Yeah.
So it really happened when I started playing guitar, because I was like, no, I'm gonna go, more dirty garage sound. So the mix with all that, with Tommy on upright and that sound, we just kind of
switch gears.
Over. Yeah, a little more soul groove stuff going on in it too, and
fun.
some jazz inspiration, stuff like that. So, we played a lot of rockabilly events and festivals, like Viva Las Vegas, which is a big festival.
Yeah.
But then we, so we still have that retro sound, but.
So when you filmed that video that my mom and stepdad were in, right? Weren't they in your video?
No, were they? They weren't in that one.
I thought they were in your video.
They came for the dance part of it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And
in the car?
They never ended up using it. Oh, yeah, wait, they were in the Dangerous One music video, weren't they?
So is that more of the rockabilly style?
Yeah, so Dangerous One kind of is more that whole record, Dangerous One, was that. And then Retro Revamped is our new record, and that's how we kind of switched over a little bit. Yeah.
So your new sound. Well, I'm really super excited then for the show, because I kind of thought I was getting a rockabilly experience.
Yeah.
However, I'm very excited because I like all genres.
Yeah, we still do that. We had the pleasure of playing with Wanda Jackson, the queen of rockabilly, as her backing band.
Oh, fun.
So we keep a lot of those songs around.
Yeah.
We still do that, and so we have rockabilly, plus we've thrown in a bunch of new covers, so you'll have that.
Oh,
maybe
fun.
I'll throw in some White Stripes for you.
Oh, yes. That'll make me happy. That's fun. So how do you guys, when you let's just write, do you guys spend specific amount of time or days, this is our writing time, or what's the routine for creating new material?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It sort of randomly happens, and it comes in spurts. All of a sudden, this creative outlet energy comes. It usually starts with Nikki. Sometimes she'll be in the bathtub or whatever, and I hear her singing this melody line, and then she'll start coming up with something usually starts with a chorus or at least a line, and then she'll bring it to me, and then I'll try to play that melody line that she's asking about, and then she'll be like, no, that's not it. No, that's wrong. Yes, that's it. Finally. That's it. Yeah, so we go through that for a little bit, and then finally to sort of get the song together enough then to bring to the band, and then we work it out together, and from there it usually changes quite a bit, and then the song kind of comes together. It's nice. Nikki's been playing keyboard more lately,
fun.
though,
Okay.
and so that helps with our songwriting and getting songs together and stuff.
I would imagine the songwriting process starts from emotion and experience, and then comes the lyrics, and then the music to it?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, with Nikki, it's sort of interesting because a lot of people write like that. But with Nikki, she hears the melody lines first. Yeah, some of the lead stuff, which is interesting because that's, and she'll start with that, and then the lyrics kind of start coming to her. She sort of thinks of them story-wise, I think, a little bit more, which maybe is from her theater and English. And
creating a story based on her experiences.
Yeah. And then that turns into, our songs. And then it's fun when we bring it to the band, because that's when we can really start messing with it and figuring out what we all want to do and experiment. And nope, that was terrible. Let's try something different. So
Well, fun. So some of your songs, would you say are your life and your experiences exposed? I guess what I'm saying is do you feel like you're really exposing yourself to your audience?
I think mostly we expose ourselves through our energy in playing. I think Nikki would say this too, that a lot of her songs she laughs about because they're not exactly true.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, folks who are listening to our music. Because it's more of that story based, and so some of them are really heartbreak and stuff like that. And she's like, sometimes she'll say, "Well, I'm really happy with you. I'm sorry that these songs seem like we're not happy."
People think you guys are on the rocks.
Yeah, right. Because they're a lot. And she's avid reader, loves reading, so I think a lot of that inspiration comes from there. Sort of. I kind of think of Dylan-esque, Bob Dylan-esque, where it's stories and things like that come together. So it's kind of interesting. But I think where we really expose ourselves to everybody is when we're playing live and just doing our thing, and sweating and jumping around, doing all that stuff, and they really get to kind of connect with us, I think, on stage a lot. Yeah.
Have you experienced heartbreak on that level? The songs, when you hear those heartbreak songs, it's just so real.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious, have you experienced that?
Oh, yeah, of course. That's part of living, part of life.
That's true. Part of loving.
Yeah, right, exactly. So when I was in bands in Detroit, I was in a band called Tone and Niche, and he's a songwriter like that, with that. So there's some things I went through in my life at the time and stuff, so I had to start writing with him, and so it was really nice. And so I think, some of it might come from, past experiences and kind of comes out, but yeah, certainly.
So do you have plans for another album?
Yes.
Or like what's in the works?
So what's coming up?
Yeah.
So we're playing live, doing a bunch of that. We've been writing quite a bit, and we have a new song called Echoes that we're going to start recording here in November. Before we recorded albums, just like we would go crash into the studio and be there for like, a week and get a whole album done. And
wow,
that's really exhausting because you're, that's tracking, that's mixing, you're basically spending your whole time in the studio and, living there and trying to get this album together. But nowadays with Spotify and iTunes and stuff like that, we're like, why don't we spend that much time on one song?
And drop tracks.
Yeah, drop tracks.
Instead of.
So we're going to try to go that route with this until we have a full album. But Echoes, we're going to go in the studio and start recording that in November.
And what's Echo about?
So I would have to let Nikki tell you that one and talk about that one a little more. I think that one's a little bit more of a heartbreak one too. Yeah.
Okay.
But and it's a lot more 60s sounding style in this one, so kind of getting that garage rock vibe to it and stuff like that.
Fun.
So we're gonna record. Still talking about plans for summer. We don't know if we're gonna go back to Europe or not, or if we want to do something more tropical like we've already
that would be
done.
Fun, like Club Med again.
Yeah, because that was pretty nice. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but Europe. I mean, four vans. I mean, how can you say no?
Exactly. That's always funny too, because people always ask us when we come back, like the glamour of tour. They think Rolling Stones, rock and roll, and we're like, no, we were pushing a van through the middle of the night, and
trying to find locations, speak the language, all the stuff, right?
Going through our trumpet player at one point lost the van too. It was just a van experience of.
You guys got to calm down on the whiskey.
Yeah, right.
Something.
Over there, it's the beer. It's everywhere.
Oh, beer, yeah. Oh my gosh.
But so we'll be doing more touring and playing locally, of course. And just can't wait to see what comes. That's the funny thing. You'll get an offer. Like a couple weekends ago, we just drove up to Colorado to do a show. And
so fun.
So, yeah.
And you started kind of taking on a different aspect in the music too. Do you want to talk about that?
Oh, as far as booking goes, so I eventually decided I've been the main person who books, and this has started since Detroit when I was in bands, and I decided to really help other bands and start my own booking sort of agency called Nilla Presents, and Nilla was my nickname in the surf band because Nick White. Nilla wafers,
vanilla, yeah.
The eyebrows help,
I like it. Okay, now I know.
So it's Nilla Presents, and so I've been booking locally and international acts that I have met in Europe who want to come over here.
So fun.
Guy I knew a little bit in Detroit. Now I'm booking him and booking him more. Cash O'Reilly is his name. So I've just started. I thought, if I'm already doing this and I enjoy doing it, it's weird. I don't know why, people ask me, it's all that organization stuff and just contacting and bugging people, but I like it, especially for music. And I've started doing that as much as I possibly can, helping people too with like iTunes, getting on iTunes and Spotify, and getting paid basically to get their songs up. A lot of bands, are just starting or trying to figure that out. So.
Well, and I'm sure it opens up more doors for you as well. You're just, deepening the relationships you have with, venues and others for your own band as well.
Yeah, definitely. Because I meet all kinds of new people, and if they're coming through and they need an opening band, I happen to know a band.
I happen to know someone amazing.
Yeah, and and that's the other cool thing. If we can't do it, I now have this roster of musicians. I can say, hey, can you guys do it?
Yeah.
You guys want to come and play? And so it helps everybody. I think it's really I'm doing it for a community kind of thing, like trying to. Help out musicians as much as possible. Because I know it's
tough.
It's the toughest part of being in a band is getting that gig and getting the shows. And if I've got connections and know how to do it, why don't I help out?
Yeah, that's life. Life is connections, really.
Yeah, it really
I mean, look
is.
at us.
Yeah, that's true.
We're connected through Sombrero and my mom, right? Should we talk about it?
Yeah. Buck Sombrero, one of my favorites. I think that's how I met you, right? through your mom.
Yeah,
and
I think
Buck.
I was out to see a show.
Yeah, and as soon as I saw Buck's sombrero, I knew I had to get to know these people.
So he's like a rancher from New Mexico. So like, well, I mean, he's half Hispanic, so I can
found out
sort
half
of
Hispanic and Canadian. His mom was Canadian.
Yes.
And I was like, that is interesting.
So it's like, but the sombrero, like, and that's the thing too. Like, we went to see a show a couple weeks ago, and every time he dances with my mom, he hands me the sombrero, and I'm like,
sombrero holder?
I'm not your sombrero holder. And then I try to set it on like a stool next, and this guy gave me a lot of attitude and was so upset with me because I put the sombrero in his chair. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm like, okay, this
Don't
sombrero.
touch the sombrero. All right.
Yes. And then it got moved down the line of the bar, and then here comes Buck back, and I was like, I lost the sombrero. This is not my responsibility.
But that's how you can get off having to do that. Now you don't have to hold it anymore because you lost it. So you don't have to hold a sombrero anymore.
You would think. I'm like, it's like the kid, right? I tell Violet, my daughter, I'm like, if you want to bring this into the store, then you have to carry it. I think that's what I'm going to tell her next time. Like, your sombrero. It's not mine.
You could just wear it, and then you don't have to.
Oh, no. It's like when have you ever like cowboy hats? You know,
you get that brown ring around
that's
it.
his like fun, not mine. Like, I can't. I love him. Can't do it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Can't do it. Yeah. Oh, they're funny.
Man, he rocks that sombrero though. He's got the handlebar mustache too to go with it.
Yeah, he does. But in a crowded bar, it makes me kind of like nervous when I'm there. I'm like, oh God, I'm with this guy with his huge sombrero.
But you can always find him.
True. I don't need to find him though. I don't need to. My mom does, not me.
That's true.
No, they're fun people.
That's one other awesome thing about being in the band is just getting to meet. You get to meet so many people.
So many.
That you wouldn't normally,
Yeah.
Maybe the guy with the sombrero I wouldn't go up to otherwise,
You're like, hey, dude, you look fun.
Yeah.
Well, I think even like for us, like I don't think I would have sought out rockabilly music.
Yeah.
To be honest, I just never would have. But it's fun.
Yeah.
It's very, even my daughter, when she hears rockabilly music, her body literally just starts moving.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
you can't help to kind of, get with it, and you're just, you move. And so it's a very fun genre for sure.
Yeah, it's interesting because we'll get put, like we just played recently, and we got put with a bunch of metal bands and punk rock bands and stuff like that. And it's always interesting when you come into that because you're like, oh, what are people going to think of us?
Are they going to like us?
And then, they start dancing and having fun. You watch the drinks start going a little more at the bar.
Yeah. Well, I think musicians just have respect for other musicians.
Yeah.
Surely, right?
Yeah, and in those crowds, it's like something different that they haven't heard, and they're like, oh, this is cool and this is fun. So, yeah, it usually goes pretty well, and, people find fun in it no matter what. So, and we've actually been doing that more and trying to book more like that, playing with different genres. And, why not play with an acoustic band and then a punk band and have all that kind of different stuff going on. And
so to do that, do you search out like other bands and where they play, and then you try to book a gig there, or how does that? How do you do that?
So with the booking that I do, I've been introduced to quite a few, and then we'll go out and see shows and try to find new stuff. And then just through getting thrown on a bill with, if I'm not booking it and we get thrown on a bill with these bands I've never heard of, I make sure I add them to my list and recontact them. I'm doing Nilla Presents Christmas show. Did you come last year? I don't know if you came last year. So I did it last year at Rip's Bar, December 21st this year.
Okay.
And I call it like a local musician Christmas party.
Fun.
And everybody plays holiday theme songs.
Oh.
All the bands play that, and they get like 3 or 4, and we just rotate through, and everybody plays and keeps going. And so that's nice because I've been meeting all these bands, and I can kind of give back to them and have a party for them. And then we donate all the money to charity. We did a children's organization last year and made $1,000 for them. And
perfect.
Yeah, it's just a kind of a fun holiday thing to do. So we're going to do that again this year.
Yeah, what organization did you do last year?
Last year we did Arizona for children, but this year we're going to do, so that's, they put children, it's usually kind of geared towards children who don't have a home, and trying to get them somewhere and help them get a place to live and stuff like that. And there's older children in that too, which as we teach high school, we're kind of like, sometimes they're forgotten or pushed away, or we see them in our class. So Arizonans for Children is the one we did last year, and this year we might try something different and kind of go back and forth every year, try to get different organizations involved and stuff.
Well, that really speaks to my heart. I'll definitely come to the show.
Yeah, I'll remind you.
For sure. Yeah. Bring some friends or clients or whatever.
Yeah, it's a good time. We had a blast last year and raised some good money and had a good
wonderful.
time. And, it's like a swanky 60s Christmas party. So
we got to dress up.
Yes.
Oh, I love to dress up. Perfect. This is working out great.
Yeah. And actually, Buck won the hors d'oeuvre making contest last year. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, so we have to bring an hors d'oeuvre too.
You don't have to. You can
dress up.
You can if you want to.
And cook. Okay. There might be a problem with this.
The cooking's not essential.
Okay.
There was a contest last year.
Can I just pick something up somewhere? Like,
sure.
And just pretend? I can put it in my own dish.
Yeah.
And...
Is it going to be the pies from your...
Oh, no. No, that's fun. How many bands usually do you have?
So last year I had 15, I think.
Oh, wow.
Rotate through, and that was a blast. I think this year I am at 12 right now, and I might kind of keep it there, but we'll see if people contact me and stuff. It's fun. We ended it last year pretty fun. Whiskey Kiss just did a fun set at the end of just
normal.
Yeah, cover songs and rockabilly stuff, and made it a dance party. And we had a lot of fun doing that.
So much fun.
Yeah.
I love it.
We did giveaways and stuff like that, so we'll do that again this year and contests. Yeah.
So cool. Yeah, it's inspiring. I always wanted to be like a country music artist.
Oh, yeah.
Growing up. And then look, sell real estate now.
It's not too late.
I was just going to say, it's probably never too late.
You know somebody who can help now. So
I could
get you a band together.
Oh my gosh, look how this is turning out. I could start with the guitar and then get some voice lessons.
There you go.
Nikki.
Yep, we can teach you how to do it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, done. I'm all in. Let's start.
And depending, some people don't even really play the guitar. It's just there for looks. So
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I could totally
you could do that.
Trick people. Oh my gosh. I don't know how authentic that feels. And, okay. It's something to think
about.
We'll
help you. Yeah, we'll put a show together.
Oh my gosh. I'm really excited. This is fun stuff. Awesome. Well, anything else you want to share with people about yourself, about Nikki, about your band, about anything? Your heart?
Yeah. Yeah, it's great getting to be in a band and get to do this and get to travel and experience the world and do all that kind of stuff and share my love of music with everybody else and hope that they enjoy it too. But I'd say, if you're interested and this sounded cool, go to whiskeykiss.org. .com. Don't go to that because it's a sex drug. So we couldn't buy it, and it's like $6,000 to buy it. And I was like, nope, not going to do that.
Well, .com's like last year anyway. It's
yeah,
okay.
Right. We own now whiskeykiss.org, .net, .us. I bought them all up. So you can go to all those.
Just anything other than .com. Just type it in.
Yeah, and you can go there if you want.
What is it? What did you tell me was?
It's a sex drug of some sort. Yeah, I didn't delve into it too much, but I went to the website.
I'm not gonna Google it when I get home. I promise. I'm not going to.
Yeah, so people will always automatically go to .com, and I'm like, okay, well,
Sorry if you get a virus.
Yeah, right. It's not my fault. But all the other ones you can go to, and Facebook, we're on there, facebook.com/whiskeykiss. We're on iTunes, Spotify, all that stuff. So, yeah.
And then is your schedule on your website so people can find you around the valley, and if they want to follow you to Europe or wherever.
They want a roadie for us or do any drive.
Push the van. Drive. No. Push the van.
Yes. Want to push a van through Belgium?
Let's do it.
Contact us. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. If I didn't have a kid, I would.
Yeah.
Just do it. Yeah.
Well, we're going to do the country act for you, so that'll be a different tour. So.
Wait. I forgot. I forgot about my own dream already. Oh my gosh. No, I'm really going to work on that. I'm not joking.
You should.
I
got the cool leather jacket already.
Oh my gosh, right? Well, it's finally cooling down here now.
Yeah. We came back from the Dominican, and all of a sudden we were like, oh, it's fall. Yeah. All right, look at that.
It just happens overnight here.
Yeah.
There's no transition.
This is the part I wait for. This is why we live here.
It is, right?
Yeah.
This is our winter, essentially.
120. Oh, I don't know. The older I get,
You just have to drink. Yeah, you just have to have more pool parties.
Yes, yeah.
I think that's really the only key.
Or go to Europe.
Or that. Yeah, or stay inside.
Yeah, or stay inside.
Yeah, that's it. So whiskeykiss.org.
Yep.
People can find all about you.
Yep, all the info there, Facebook, or you can go to nillapresents.com through my booking website and get info on us or other bands that I'm booking. Yeah.
So much fun.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on my show, and I'm looking forward to the show you're going to play for my gratitude gathering.
Yeah, I can't wait.
It's going to be a lot of fun, even if we don't get to do the fire.
Yeah.
Next time. Maybe I'll find a different space next time.
A bigger outdoor
we can do
area with
I didn't know you
ventilation.
did fire, for goodness sakes. So.
Well, thanks so much for having me on.
Yeah.
I can't wait to do that show. It'll be
Yeah,
great.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
Thanks. Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in to the podcast today with Nick White of Whiskey Kiss. Be sure to connect with him at whiskeykiss.org, not whiskeykiss.com. And if you like the content, please subscribe and share with your friends.